As somebody who grew up during the Kirk era of Star Trek movies, I cannot convey to you right now how excited I am for what is currently in front of me. This is a pre-built model of the Starship Enterprise from Star Trek the Motion Picture, from Wrath of Khan, as well as The Search for Spock. Growing up in my younger years, this Enterprise, particularly the Constitution class refit, was one of my favorites. I know there's a lot of arguments in the Star Trek fandom about which Starship Enterprise is the best, but without a doubt, it's the Constitution class refit. And if you say anything otherwise, you are wrong. Constitution class refit slander will not be tolerated in these comments today. But today we're going to unbox this thing, and I'm going to show it off for you. But without further ado, let's get started. So the first thing you'll notice is this thing is absolutely massive. The box itself is massive. It said on the box, the original delivery box, that this thing weighs over 15 pounds. But as you can see, this thing is huge. But you know, I'm not gonna bore you all cutting into this. I'm gonna start cutting into it and we're gonna talk about it. I'm gonna be very gentle and not to damage the box or anything. But yeah, this thing, I saw this thing at Star Trek Las Vegas, and I knew I had to have it. Because one, like I said, growing up, the Constitution class refit was my absolute favorite Starship. I have a couple of models of it actually right behind me on my nerd shelf. We're going to cut into this box here and make sure that we're getting everything. But yeah, this thing is freaking sweet. I don't even know where to start. Where do I open the dang thing? Whoops. Okay. Oh, there's one side. Yeah, we'll just see. My biggest worry right now is, where am I going to put this thing? I'm actually starting to run out of space in my nerd office to put all of my junk, so I'm going to have to find a place to put it. But let's be gentle with it. Whoa. And of course there's foam. Doesn't surprise me there. I don't want to damage this thing. I have heard rumors that some of the people that got these things delivered, they were showing up damaged, so I'm keeping my fingers crossed that that will not happen to me. Where's the knife? We'll move the knife out of the way for safety. But yeah. Oh, there's still more plastic wrap. We still got some more. But oh man, this is exciting. Holy smokes, look at this thing already. Ah! Make sure we're still recording. All right, so let's see what we got here. So it looks like we have a stand. And looks like we can plug in to power it up. So I remember correctly in the email. So yeah, it doesn't come with anything to plug it in. You have to provide your own USB-C and all that. We'll set that off to the side. Oh my, oh Lord have mercy. Woo! Oh. Of course it's upside down. I wish, oh my goodness. I want to be super gentle with it. Ooh. The first thought is, this thing is heavy. Oh my God, this thing is heavy. But there it is, folks. Oh, this is awesome. This is freaking amazing. Just look at this thing. Oh, I don't know where to put it. Where's the plug? Okay. There's a plug right there. We can, oh. Should have thought this one through a little bit better. But we'll put that off to the side here. But yeah, it's the saucer section, yeah, that's definitely where I feel all of the weight on this thing. We'll put it on the stand ever so gently, maybe. Make sure I get this right. Maybe it goes this way? Let's find out which way it goes. Like I said, folks, this is the first time I've seen this thing, or that I've even handled this thing in person, so. Oh, there we go. Oh, and there it is. Holy cow, this thing is huge. This thing has to be almost 2 feet long, or around 2 feet long, because this thing is ginormous. All right, so I got it all plugged in and set up and ready to go. A couple things to keep in mind. So it does come with these two metal rods that you'll put on each side, as well as these little plastic feet. Basically, it's just to hold up the weight, because in terms of weight, it's all in the saucer section. I would say 90% plus of this thing's weight is in the saucer section. So it's very forward heavy. And also another thing, so they're very particular on the power. In the directions, it did say do not exceed 2.4 amps. So do keep that in mind when you're plugging this thing in. And also too, so on the back, the shuttle bay door was its own separate little piece. So it came separately. So I just kind of had to pop that in there just so everything is all copacetic and ready to go. And while on camera, this thing does not look very large. I got something else to compare it to. So here's one of my, assuming it doesn't break. There we go. Come on. Come on. There we go. So here's one of my other models. This model is 11 inches long. And look at this one. Like, just put them side by side, just to kind of show you just how massive this ship actually is. Like, it's absolutely insane how big this ship is. And especially like in terms of bang for the buck, how much money I paid, a solid deal. So when I was in Star Trek Las Vegas, I saw like a model of the Enterprise E, which while it looked good, it was huge. It cost like over $20,000. And the fact this thing was $750, pretty solid deal. And then another little nice little tidbit that came with this. For those that are not aware, this is Spock's little shuttlecraft that he originally showed up to the Enterprise with in the motion picture. So came with the stand and everything, so that's a nice little touch. But now basically we're ready to go. The light up, boot up sequence, which everyone's been waiting for. So it does have two buttons right here, mode select and fire control. And to start up the boot up sequence, you literally just press mode select once and the ship starts to light up. It'll start to boot up. Different areas of the ship will kind of start to power on. So wait for the bridge to power on. There we go. We can head down to the deflector dish and wait for that thing to power on. See, and there it is. It's kind of like warm-up mode, that nice like amber glow like we originally saw in the movies. And to change the mode, just press it again. That'll change the deflector dish to blue, like we originally saw. But then we can put, like, this is like your standard impulse mode, they call it. But then we can put it into what's called warp mode. And we press it again, and there it is. So like the nacelles will light up blue. And you can actually change the color of those as well if you triple tap. That will change them to purple. And if you want to change them back to blue, just triple tap again. And there they are back to blue. You can do a multitude of things with this thing. You can even fire like weapons. So like if we press like fire control a couple of times, they'll actually fire off, maybe. These are touched. Oh, there it goes. So yeah, it just fired off a couple of photon torpedoes. It does have phaser banks as well that you can fire off as well. Let's see if I can actually make those work. Yep, there they go. There's the phaser banks working. You can fire off a couple more torpedoes. So there's a bunch of things you can do with this thing. But really, folks, that's it. This is a very quick unboxing, kind of a demo of this thing. But in terms of, like, I'm just impressed. This thing looks, I know I've said it before, but this thing is absolutely fantastic. Like, they hit it out of the park with this thing. I'll kind of just do a quick little flyby of the ship here. Kind of turn it this way so everyone can see. But yeah, just look at this thing. Like, this thing is amazing. Yeah, but folks, that's it. Hopefully you enjoyed the unboxing. If you have any questions about this thing at all, drop below. If you did like the video, hit the thumbs up. And if you're new to the channel, haven't subscribed, hit that subscribe button. It helps me out a lot. But yeah, live long and prosper, everyone.